my, does this show does everything for me. Like, if we're talking action, if we're talking music, if we're talking everything, Megalobox has it all down and packed. And yeah, you guys who are thinking, oh, we're gonna have to wait till the last episode to go and see Junk Dog versus Yuri, no, we get that straight away, and it was a decimation. It was setting up the more to come, but immediately after that I was like, yeah, no, I'm watching Ippo again because I can't wait week to week anymore with fucking Megalobox. And yeah, no, I'm gonna watch Ashes to No Joe. Like, it's just a full-on lock at this point, because like, I need more boxing shows in my life, and I stopped right after like the Mashiba fight in like Ippo, so I need to get back on that shit as soon as possible. But it's time to talk about this, and this was a slaughter, this entire match between Junk and Yuri, and it was beautiful, and there was a lot of blood involved as well. It literally started off as we're going into the first round, and they're going in, and this cocky motherfucker, Yuri, had so much confidence in his skills that he was going in decimating Junk. Like, he was going in, getting chop and rise. I'm not gonna lie, I saw a flicker. I saw a Mashiba flicker there at like there a moment, and like, alright, we're seeing some shit. Impress me, impress me. And he knocks him down dirty. He slams this dude down. Like, he sees every moment where like his guard is like a little loose for a second, and it's just like, this is the level of boxing compared to him. So this is what a pro is compared to Junk. That's just like, he's been going against fucking, you know, shits, like scraps from like the bottom of the down under. Like, this is all he's had to do, and it's like, no, once you go and deal with real opponents, this is what your level is. And I love that he's like, he got up, and then he was like, you know what, this isn't even a competition. I'm gonna use one hand. I'm gonna use this one, and that's all I'm gonna need. And that infuriated Junk to the point where, by instinct, Yuri accidentally used his left when he was now about to get knocked straight out, and like, Junk was teasing. I love it, like, because the two had such a chemistry already, like, and you can feel that. And that's probably a lot to do with the show as well. I know there was a lot of like reference like stuff as well when like Yuri was leaving the ring and everything. There was a lot of stuff like I've seen, like, yeah, I've seen that, like little clips from Ashes to No Joe. They're heavily like recreating certain panels and certain stuff from the shot, and you can tell already, and I said that as well, I believe I said this as well on the first episode as well, is that this is the difference between when you're doing a remake and it's like, let's just get it out, it might do well, who knows, and this is something that's a passion project, that people that are working on this, it's like, yes, it's their job, but they generally love the franchise and have massive respect for Ashes to No Joe, and it just shows from every scene, and not to mention as well from the music, from the voice actors. It does all of that, and I know I'm sucking this dick, like, I am sucking the literal dick out of this show, and I will fully accept that, but it's just something I haven't seen in a while, and it's like, we rarely get like a boxing series like that, and especially with one like this caliber with this art style, and just everything is gonna done for me in the first two like episodes, with its world, with its characters, with its action, with its music, which that will be one thing to actually bring up, the opening and ending. Like, well, we had the ending like last week, but like the opening was showing, and I like the visuals, but I'm not that big on the opening. What I was into in music wise is when we started having some fucking like some J-rap going into this. I was like, holy shit, like it brought me back to Devilman Crybaby, and I was like, alright, I'm actually hearing some real good like actual lyrics here, and I'm actually generally thoroughly enjoying this, and I was like, I want to see more of this like going on. But yeah, you guys know how this fight goes down. Like, he goes in, like, ends up having to be forced to use his full, like, oh, I got cocky, this kid in a chump after all, and then he just decimates Junk. There is blood on the floor, and he's like, where are you going, champ? And it's like, he ain't getting up from that, not at all. And it's just like, he is walking away, taking his gloves off. Like, it was disrespectful to the max, but he's like, no, I'm done. I see where he is, and it's like, I fought in your ring. If you want to fight me again, you fight in my ring. And you fight at at Megalovania, like you come and fight for that. And the rest of the episode was generally like John kind of like taking that defeat to heart, and it was like, no, coach, we're doing this, because he like immediately was like, yo, after that, what you've got set up, man, what you did, Junk, you got some great shit now like that. People want to fight you. We're in the money. But the only thing is, you gotta keep, losing those fights for us. People have got high expectations for you. And the second it is, it's like, wait, he ain't got his earpiece in. Boom! Not one punch. Like, call Junk Saitama at that point. He just one punch man that shit and just knock this chump out of the fucking ground. This, however, because he ain't having none of that shit, because it's like, no, I'm not going through this shit again. This gets him into serious trouble, and his coach, from the guy that runs this this whole jig, and the mafia boss you see with his snake tattoo, and it's a horrifying scene where it's like all you hear is some dude screaming in the back of the freezer, and he's just there cooking, like he's just enjoying himself. He's like, I'm chill, and the coach is shitting himself. There's a knife on the floor, and he's like, you know, we could forgive this transgression. You're just going to have to lose your other eye, though. That's just how it's going to have to work down. And he is shitting himself, and he's like, you know, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. You know, what about the kid? And it's like, well, the kid, we're going to work until he's dead. Like, that's just plain simple. He's useful. Like, we can use that talent, and then dispose of it. I don't know. Like he kind of like, you know, he's got talent, but, you know, to let go of this situation, you're going to have to, you know, do some big shit for us. And he actually pulls out the, no, fuck you, slam, the poster on the ground. What if I will get you the money for this. We will win this. And it was like, he said, he's like, alright, you know what? This will be fucking hilarious, because I want to see this. I want to see you talking all this shit after, there was a great line that he said, for all of us, you know, taking the low blows and, falling down, let us, prove to once, we can rise up. And it's like, I like that. And, of course, with the episode, it's like, he needs a license, though. He needs an actual, ID to get in. And they give him one, and what do they call him? And it's shown all across the signs and all that when Junk was driving around and thinking about it, and it's like, of course, his name now is Joe. And it's like, yeah, no, that's fine. I think a lot of people kind of wanted his last name as well, but in fact, yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird. What's your ID name? Joe. Last name? Joe. Alright, Joe. Overall, it's it's fine, but it's yeah. Overall, I definitely did like this episode. I would say, like the first one a little bit more, but mind you, the first episode was that was more because it was holy shit, this is just such a surprise from the series, where it's I wasn't expecting it to be this good. And the second one's yeah, I know it's going to be good, and I'm excited, and it delivered on that, and now we're setting things up. We're setting things up how he gets into the tournament, how now he's got 3 months now, is his deadline to train to get to that level of Yuri. So it's going to be interesting from now on. So hopefully next time when we talk about some Megalobox, it will be when I've watched a shit ton of Ippo and maybe some Ashito no Joe. Because I do know, because it's that old of the series and I've heard so much about it. I know big spoilers about this of Ashito no Joe. So I'm curious if they are going to follow up with some of that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's a very old classical series, so you're bound to hear some things now and then, but just in case the people that don't know, I obviously won't say what those things are, but yeah, it's going to be interesting how they're going to adapt some of the stuff. So far, it's they're doing more homages to a lot of scenes, and obviously with how characters are and they're portrayed, but whether or not they go the full mile with some of that stuff, it will be interesting to see what they're going to do. But that is all from me, though. Thank you always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.